go. What is going on, Cover One crew? Welcome back to the show. Hope everybody is good as always. Today we're diving into, because it is NFL Combine Week, Mock Draft 1.0. My first mock draft of it's way too early. We get it. Things will change. Combine will definitely lift up some guys as well. But it's good to see where I'm at today. These are always fun. Never fully written in stone. But, I mean, it's definitely fun to go through and see what teams could potentially draft which next NFL prospect. Let's start with those Tennessee Titans picking number 101 overall. I'm going Travis Hunter, cornerback, wide receiver, one of the best in this entire draft class. Yes, I understand the Titans, they do require quarterback, wide receiver, edge. They require a lot on this team, but how do you buck the trend and not get a generational potential talent like a Travis Hunter on your team? Whether he does play DB or wide receiver, you're getting an absolute generational stud here. They could go Abdul Carter as well. Would not disagree with that also. But, I mean, Travis Hunter right now, you're talking generational talent potential. He's one of them, no question. Cleveland Brownies, number 2, they're going to go with Abdul Carter, and it makes the most sense if they do trade Myles Garrett away. And, I mean, it's an easy replacement for an Abdul Carter for a Myles Garrett. Yes, Abdul Carter is not Myles Garrett. Let's not get this twisted. But at least, loaded with talent, loaded with ability, he would be a great consolation prize, plus stacking picks if they do trade a Myles Garrett away. Number 3, New York Giants going Cam Ward, Miami quarterback. And okay, he's an exciting player. I mean, makes a lot of plays. Could he be an NFL starting caliber quarterback for the long term? Potentially. A lot of people do got him as the number 1 ranked quarterback in this draft. I'm still kind of going through the progression of where I got a lot of these guys ranked at this point. We'll have it very soon. But I think Cam Ward to the New York Giants definitely makes a lot of sense. And it is definitely worth the gamble the way that he does play football. Him and Malik Neighbors would look very nice together. New England Patriots, number 4. We got ourselves a little Tet McMillan, wide receiver, Arizona, the best wide receiver prospect in this draft. Probably still even better than a Travis Hunter. I'm just saying Hunter's the first one because he can play dual positions, where Tet is very, very solid. I know the New England Patriots require a lot of help on the offensive line to protect Drake May. Excuse me, his name faded me for a second there. They need a lot to protect a Drake May, but you can't pass up top-end talented wide receivers like this. Give him a quality, sure-handed alpha wide receiver 1, and then continue to round out this team. But I wouldn't be shocked if they do go offensive tackle here. Number 5, Jacksonville Jaguars. They need a lot of help on that offensive line as well. I'm going to say Will Campbell, offensive tackle, LSU. Ideal size, strength, power. I mean, he could definitely become a cornerstone piece in any offensive line. Definitely could see them go in multiple different directions. Offensive tackle to help protect a Trevor Lawrence is definitely key. Number 6, Las Vegas Raiders. Gonna shock some people potentially. I'm saying Jackson Dart, man. We know Jackson Dart and this quarterback class isn't necessarily abundant and loaded with true sure prospect, surefire prospects at the quarterback spot, but we're seeing a lot of hype saying a lot of teams have been noticing Jackson Dart, do like the potential in his game. And I mean, the Raiders, they could go Sanders here as well, but I mean, the Raiders, they do Raider things. We know this. And I mean, okay, could he be a potential franchise passer? Maybe. Is it a long shot if he does not progress? Absolutely. But I mean, Jackson Dart or a Sanders here does make a lot of sense. I'll just say as of today, Jackson Dart is going to be the quarterback. New York Jets. Hearing a lot of rumblings and rumors they're looking for is somebody like a Justin Fields to be the quarterback. I will not be shocked if it is not a Shadir Sanders, Colorado quarterback. And I mean, Sanders definitely, he's already suggesting he's not going to be throwing and participating at the NFL Combine. They say they like him off the field. Obviously, his dad Dion's going to be pumping up the tires a lot in this situation. Jets need a definite franchise passer, and who better than a Shadir Sanders? New York Jets, come on down. Carolina Panthers, number 8. Mason Graham, defensive line, Michigan. This guy's an absolute beast, man. Highly skilled, 3-down, disruptive tackle. I mean, we see it everywhere. Consistent in getting penetration. I mean, he's just a game wrecker. He's so good in his craft. We know what he is. I doubt he falls here to number 8. He'll probably be a top 5 commodity, but just based on how this went, and we know quarterbacks always get overdrafted. So Graham, if he does, fall down here to these Carolina Panthers, they do get another great interior lineman to team up with the other one they got that just, his name evades me, Brown, who went down with a season-ending injury last year. So that would be a great up-the-middle duo without question. Number 9, New Orleans Saints, Will Johnson, defensive back. Yes, I know there's a heaping of issues here in New Orleans. Cap issues, aging talent, needs everywhere, new coaching staff. I mean, why not start with one of the better defensive backs in this draft class in a Will Johnson, team him up with a Kool-Aid McKinstry, and start building your own no-fly zone in New Orleans. I mean, it starts with defense when you are rebuilding, so why not go get one of the better ones out of this class with a Will Johnson? Chicago Bears, they need offensive line, and if they don't pick it in the first round, they're crazy, in my opinion. Let's go Josh Simmons, offensive tackle, Ohio State. They needed, a big-time, power athletic type of dominating offensive lineman, and Simmons definitely does fit that bill. He would likely be very much a day-one starter for this team. He's got versatility to move on this line like Simmons a lot, and the Bears would be foolish to, not pick him if he is on the board in this position. Number 11, San Francisco 49ers going to go with Mykel Williams, edge presence, Georgia. As they start to continue to move forward, I know they got issues of their own, injuries, always the problem. They love to continue to add defensive pressure and defensive help on their team. He's a good one. Williams, I mean, he's versatile, can be on the edge. He's got the physical tools. A lot of people saying he could be a big-time riser in this draft coming up, so I got him going here at number 11 to these 49ers. Number 12, the Dallas Cowboys, going to go Ashton Genty, running back, Boise State. A lot of people sitting here saying that he is the best running back in this class. I got other options that I can suggest without question, and y'all will think I'm crazy, but I'm really not. He's good. He's really good. He's extremely talented, great body balance, speed for days, break tackles, amazing. Is he in the same realm of Bijan, Breece Hall? I'm going to say no today, but he is very, very good. And I think in Dallas, it would make the most sense. Get Big D back on the map with some sort of running game. Help out a Dak Prescott and a CeeDee Lamb. That will definitely help the cause. Number 13, Miami Dolphins. They're going to take Banks Jr., Texas offensive tackle. And, I mean, Kelvin Banks, I mean, he's good. He's got physical tools. He's got good experience. I mean, he could definitely be a next, high-level starter here in the pros. Miami definitely needs a lot of assistance on that offensive line. They do need some defense as well, but an offensive tackle does get pretty skimpy as we move down, so there might be some reaches here as well. Banks is definitely a good one. Indianapolis Colts going Tyler Warren, tight end, Penn State. Okay, there's a lot of issues here on this team as well, but they do require another playmaker on this offense. Will it help in Anthony Richardson? We will see. He is an incredible athlete, Warren. He's the best tight end in this class, in my opinion, and they will score big. We saw what, Brock Bowers could do for a Las Vegas Raiders team. I think that Warren would do absolute wonders for this offense here in Indianapolis. 15, Atlanta Falcons going to take Jalon Walker, edge presence from Georgia, the Bulldogs. You got to continue to add more defense to this team right now. Lots of issues. The edge is probably their top need on this team right now. He's got a great explosive first step. He's got good strength. Some people do question overall his game. I like him a lot. I think that he will be a very good talent in the NFL. Number 16, Arizona Cardinals going Walter Nolan, defensive lineman, Ole Miss. Lots of ways that Arizona could go, but I do like the fact that this guy's strong and powerful, and he could get after the quarterback. Big-time run stuffer. You need some more assistance on this defensive side as they were improving as the year did go on. I do like a Nolan quite a bit at the Arizona Cardinals. Number 17, Cincinnati Bengals going to go Kenneth Grant, defensive line, Michigan. The Wolverines definitely got a lot of players going to be picked in this draft. Yet again, big-time interior defensive line presence. I mean, first step quickness, great strength, burst a little bit in there as well. You do like him quite a bit. He can get a lot of pressure in after the quarterback, and we know what these Bengals require, a lot of defense. And I think that they will continue to draft in this sense this year as well. Number 18, Seattle Seahawks going to take Donovan Jackson, in offensive lineman, Ohio State. Many ways they could go. They could go defense here as well, and I wouldn't hate it. Could they go at quarterback? I don't see it in the first round. Still got a Geno, whatever, but he is a top flight interior offensive lineman in Jackson. They could definitely bolster this. Want to be that run-heavy team. I mean, there is scheme versatility for this man as well. Jackson is definitely one that would be highly coveted in any offensive system. Number 19, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Go Mike Green, edge from Marshall. Yes, a little bit higher than the consensus have, but I mean, I think he's pretty good, man. Very much a twitchy athlete, sack type of player. Definitely would fit into this Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense like a glove. Aging talent definitely is there. And he could be one of, the best, productive pass rushers coming out of this draft. He is one to definitely watch. Mike Green is a name everybody's got to understand and learn. James Pierce Jr., Denver Broncos edge presence from Tennessee. Okay, I mean, Broncos definitely could go in multiple directions here. I mean, there's some, Pierce is a very athletic type of edge rusher, a lot of, acceleration, a lot of juice, but there is some off-field issues that are creeping up on this man right now as we get into the draft process. Definitely something to watch. He could fall down this board quite a bit, and someone could get a big-time gem out of it because he is a premier rushing quarterback type of player, and he will make some game-changing plays, no question, man. Number 21, Pittsburgh Steelers. Death taxes and Steelers drafting linebackers is always the way. Campbell is one of these hybrid type of linebackers. You put him in, multiple situations. He can play them all, and he's going to be an impact player without question. Do like him in coverage quite a bit. He can blitz on the quarterback, and I think it would be a big addition for these Steelers, even though they got needs on the offensive side. They're going defense in this first round or offensive line without question. Number 22, Los Angeles Chargers. Going to go Stewart, edge rusher, Texas A&M. He's a good one as well. Physical, good length, athletic ability, quickness. He's got some, time to develop over in the NFL, and I think, playing, especially with the fact that the Chargers could be without Bosa and Mack as they're going to free agent market, and they could actually trade or release a Bosa as well. They got to revamp this line, and going as Stewart here at number 22 makes a heaping amount of sense. Number 23, Green Bay Packers, going to go a Jabir Muhammad, defensive back from Oregon. Okay, and the Packers, they're going to desperately need some defensive back help because Jari Alexander likely played his last downs with these Green Bay Packers, and Stokes, I believe, is also a free agent player as well, headed to free agency, I should say it that way. But Muhammad's good. I mean, he's sticky, feisty. He's very good, technically sound type of guy. So for me, I think that it would be a big-time fit here for them as it's a need, plus getting a better player on the board. He likely is a round 2 commodity, but we could see some of these guys get overdrafted as well, just like Minnesota Vikings taking a Thomas, defensive back, Florida State. I mean, he's a good press cover corner. I like his man coverage as well. He will make life very difficult on wide receivers. And I mean, the defense on this Minnesota Vikings team is going to lose a lot on the secondary, so they're going to have to revamp with some youth. We'll see what Thomas can do in the pros. The fit definitely makes a lot of sense with how many guys are going to be departing off of this Minnesota Vikings team. Houston Texans, 25. Who says no to this situation where you got Emeka Egbuka, former teammate of a C.J. Stroud? This would fit in like a damn glove. You bring his boy, no different than, Joey B getting a Jamar Chase, somebody that he knows, familiarity is there, chemistry is there. Not saying Egbuka is Jamar Chase. I'm saying the chemistry is there, and Egbuka is a phenomenal route runner, would fit in day one with a Nico Collins and do a great, formidable duo at the wide receiver position. Love me some Emeka. I don't foresee him getting out of the first round personally, if you ask me. Number 26, Los Angeles Rams are going to go a Matthew Golden, Texas product, wide receiver. This guy is good. He's making a lot of waves. Another good combine, good 40 time. It will raise him definitely into that top 20. You got to believe. I mean, he's one of these guys. He can get downfield extremely well. He make a lot of plays, home run ability, and he's just a very good, well-rounded type of wide receiver you want to see. Golden to the Rams, especially now without a Cooper Kupp. Number 27, Baltimore Ravens. They're going to go offensive line in a Booker. Got to get more protection for a Lamar Jackson. Continue this run upside with a Derrick Henry. He's a prospect that he is very good, very physical, very strong, and will plant a lot of guys on their asses. And I think he fits into what the Baltimore definitely runs on the offensive side. Alabama product, Tyler Booker. Detroit Lions, number 28. They're going to go, I'm not even going to pronounce this kid's name. I apologize. Donovan, whatever his last name is, I will work on that name. I do not want to embarrass myself. Boston College. Okay, and he's one of these guys where you got to add more pieces to this defensive front, man. And now with the injury to Hutch, he's coming back. He's already running. There needs to be a lot more help on this side. And I think this Donovan kid is definitely one that is, under the radar quite a bit. And I think his pursuit is going to be very good. He could definitely fit in with this Detroit Lions defense, basically from day one and be a presence to be reckoned with without question. Washington Commanders, the Commies, they're going to go Membowu. I mean, again, another one of these names. I apologize. Missouri product, man. He is one of these guys, very good run blocking offensive lineman, offensive tackle. And I mean, he could be one of these guys, day one starter as well. He likely won't get down to 29, but the way my draft board fell at this point, I don't foresee the Washington Commanders moving away if he does fall here. He is definitely one of these guys to be coveted by a lot of teams in this NFL draft. Number 30, my Buffalo Bills, Nick Aware. Again, these names are killing me, man. South Carolina. This kid is something. I'm telling y'all. He's getting a lot of love right now. A lot of people comparing him to a Jeremy Chin or a Derwin James, saying he's got that type of capability. What is he, like 6'3", 220 plus? This guy, and he can run, y'all. He is one of these guys. I understand it's not a sexy pick for the Buffalo Bills to grab another safety here in the first round. Likely going to go defensive line. Would not be, shocked to see that as well. But, I mean, you get one of these impact safeties at the rookie spot. It could be a day one starter as well. You lack the speed on the back end, the Buffalo Bills. And, I mean, guys like Hamlin, I mean, you saw what we saw with the other rookie that we just had last year, Cole Bishop, and then, Tyler Rapp. So, I mean, that's what you got. You want more speed. You want more physicality. A guy that can go after the ball and be a wrecker. This guy, Emanawari, is definitely one of these guys the Bills got to keep into consideration. Kansas City Chiefs taking a Josh Connerly Jr. offensive tackle from Oregon. Very high floor. There is something of a low ceiling. You got to understand there could be some issues, but they need somebody who can protect a Patrick Mahomes. They're going to lose some offensive linemen here in free agency as well, and they're going to have to restock the cupboards. This kid could definitely slot into being a starter to protect a Patrick Mahomes on the blind side. Without question, he's got a lot of skills. And the Eagles, Super Bowl champions, going to take this kid, Nick, from Texas A&M. I mean, Scorenton, I mean, he is one of these guys. He's a very good edge rusher. You kind of see a lot of, up and down from a lot of people debating whether or not he belongs as a first-round commodity. I'm today saying I believe he can be. He's very consistent, good against the run. He can go after the quarterback. He's just a good, sound football player. And, I mean, with the Eagles and how they operate, they love to have a lot of depth on that defensive front. So I would not be shocked if that's the direction they go with how many of these edge guys do go in my first mock draft here on 101. But there you have it. That is way too early mock draft as it is Combine week. I'll break down some Combine players for you guys to keep your eyes on as well. Very exciting times. NFL offseason definitely underway, and I promise y'all I'll get better on those names because I watch their film, I hear their names, and then it just goes out of the head. Sometimes it's just what happens. Maybe I'm somewhat dyslexic, but whatever. Nevertheless, as always, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, jump in those comments, give me your thoughts, and we'll see you next time. I am out.